ever looked at your dog and wondered, what type of breeds are you made up of? Where did that curly tail come from? Dog may not be able to tell you, but his DNA can. Here to tell us how to uncover the true ancestry of our mixed breed dog is Daytime's very own pet lifestyle expert, Kristen Levine. Good to have you here, Kristen.
Thank you, Cindy. It's great to be here.
And you brought Chili along with you.
My very own Chili, yes. Chili's about a year and a half old, and we adopted Chili at the SPCA. And believe it or not, when we adopted him, this was the card on his cage. And what does it say?
The card says, my name is Roman, not Chili.
Right, not Chili.
My breed, American Cocker Spaniel.
But we had a really good laugh about that.
And at the time when you looked at Chili, which is now Chili, did you think, I know you're not a Cocker Spaniel?
Oh, yes. He looked like a little Labrador. And we've always had Labs, so we adopted what we thought was a Labrador Retriever. But the interesting thing is, we did a Doggie DNA test on him earlier this year, and we were really shocked to find out what he's actually made up of.
Okay, tell us first, how do you do a DNA test?
Okay, well, first of all, you can get the test either from your veterinarian or from a local pet supply store, and it's really easy. All you do is you take a cotton swab.
There's the video.
And you get a cheek sample from your dog. This is me getting Chili's cheek sample.
Now, that sounds easier, maybe easier said than done.
It's a little challenging. You might want to practice a couple of times. Okay. You just lift up their lip, and you want to twirl the swab for about 10 seconds inside their cheek, so you get a really good sample of cheek cells. And you also want to make sure they haven't just eaten, so there's no food particles that get mixed up with the sample.
Okay.
And then all you do is you put it in a sleeve that's provided in the kit. You mail it in, and about 3 to 4 weeks later, you get a nice report like this.
Oh, wow.
That tells you what your dog's true ancestry is.
So there's the chart that you received. And what did you find out?
Okay, believe it or not, Chili is crossed between an Australian Shepherd and a Siberian Husky crossed with Dalmatian and Boxer.
Really?
And to be honest, when we first saw the results, we said, "Oh, this must be the wrong. This is clearly the wrong result."
Chili.
But I did call a canine geneticist with Mars Veterinary, and she, super smart woman, she explained the genetics behind it. And the reason it's hard for us to look at a mixed breed and tell what it is because the same genes are available to many different breeds.
Right.
So, for instance, black hair, a short coat, and the black foot pads are all dominant characteristics in about 100 breeds.
Okay.
And
all right.
And the same gene can be available to a Cocker, a Great Dane, and a Chihuahua.
Really?
Yeah. So it's not what you see is not necessarily what you get. But the good news is, not only does it satisfy your curiosity, but the best part about understanding your pet's true heritage is that you learn about what their natural tendencies are, why they do certain things or don't do certain things.
Why they like to fetch or not.
Right, and he won't swim. We could never figure out why our Lab wouldn't swim, and now I know he's not a swimmer.
He doesn't have an ounce of Lab in him, does he?
He doesn't.
No.
He doesn't. I know, it's hard to believe.
He looks like a Lab, kind of.
But the report is great because it breaks it down, too. Like, for instance, Dalmatian, he actually does have the build of a Dalmatian.
You're right.
When it comes to, he's very friendly, he loves kids and other animals, and that's a common trait of the Siberian Husky.
What about the nose shedding? I'm amazed.
This is probably from the Boxer. From the Boxer.
You really lucked out there.
I got so lucky, I know. So I got a Lab look-alike, but with a lot of other great characteristics. And then finally, the other benefit to it is your veterinarian can help you formulate a nutrition program or an exercise program that's really tailor-made for your dog.
Right, and by knowing which breeds make up your dog, you can watch out for things like hip dysplasia if that's something that's common in one of those breeds, right?
Exactly.
Or
and
other types of illnesses.
Mars also did a study last year called the Mutt Census, and we found out that half of the dogs, approximately half, in the U.S. are mixed breeds. And most people really don't know what their heritage is, so it's a really great way to find out. And if you have a purebred or what we call designer breed, like a golden doodle.
Yes.
Like you have.
Yes.
They also make DNA tests where you can certify that your dog is indeed that breed or that breed mix.
Okay. What's the company that you went through?
Mars Veterinary did the Mutt Census and the tests.
Okay. Kristen Levine and Chili, good job. You were very good, and you're such a great mix of different breeds. Perfect dog.
Thank you
very much. Hey, Linz, over to you.
Thanks, Cindy.